Two of hearts, two hearts that beat as one.
Two of hearts.
I need you. Two of hearts.
Why are you flapping your arms?
I don't know.
That was amazing.
Welcome back to the Ghosty Girls podcast. I'm Christina.
Okay. I'm Alicia. Hi. This is Khaleesi.
That song has been stuck in my head for an entire week because I heard it when I was on the toilet at the Wawa. That song is a bop, okay?
It is a bop.
As soon as I left there, I put it on my 80s playlist, and I have just been listening to it ever since.
Boom. We've said this before, but to those of you that don't know what a Wawa is, it is a hyper-vigilant convenience store.
Hyper-vigilant.
It's a big-ass, absolutely amazing, not quite as amazing as Buc-ee's convenience store and gas station.
It's not even in the same league as Buc-ee's.
No.
Have you ever been to Buc-ee's?
No.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I know. We've had this whole conversation on a different
It's not
episode.
in the same league as Buc-ee's. And I will tell you that Wawa is not as great as it used to be. It's just not.
They have pizza now. How can it not be?
Have you had the pizza?
I like it.
Oh, I've never tried it. I just feel
You
like
said it like, have you had it? Oh.
I just feel like anytime I go in there for a Coke slushie, because I fucking love Coke slushies. I have one at least once a week. I love Coke slushies. Their slushie machine is always down.
Maybe it's the Wawa you're going to.
No.
Write a strongly worded letter.
Who is even going to care?
Actually, one of my friends is like a big wig at Wawa. I can let her know.
Can you please tell her
fix the goddamn
to get their
slushie machines.
shit together with the Coke slushies?
Yeah.
Because seriously, like
I will do my best.
I'm at my wit's end.
Your wits.
I'm at my wit's end with the Coke slushy Wawa situation. Okay.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Now I want a slushie.
Oh, they're so good.
Damn
Coke
it.
slushies are so good.
You know what though? Nothing beats 7-Eleven slushies.
oh,
like
Slurpee.
They're like clouds.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, like there's nothing that's even on the same level as a 7-Eleven Slurpee, but 7-Elevens are dying out.
They are.
They are. There used to be like 3 around here. Now there's 1.
Because they're super sketch.
7-Elevens are sketchy.
They've turned into super sketch, I think.
They have great snacks though. Like there's one down the street and we find all kinds of obscure snacks.
They have a great app too. Like the discounts you can get on the app. It's
ridiculous. Yeah, the guy, like I think it was 2 years ago, told me to sign up for 7-Eleven rewards and I get like dollar slushies or Slurpees. Yeah. It's not a slushie at 7-Eleven, it's a Slurpee. But yeah, you can get discounts and stuff, but yeah. I'm going to need 7-Eleven to like revamp. Come on, I will say that when I went to Buc-ee's in Tennessee, the slushies there were really good. I got a Coke slushie and it tasted like cloud-like, I just
like the Slurpees.
Yeah, like a Slurpee. Buc-ee's is fucking magical.
Yeah, I need to go.
Buc-ee's is magical. I went to the one in I never know how to say. Is it Seaverville in Tennessee? And
like I know what I'm talking about.
That was the very first thing we did when we got to Tennessee after we checked into the Airbnb is we went to Buc-ee's.
I don't blame you.
God, it was magical. Well, when I go back in December, we're going to drive. We're not going to fly. And I'm bringing food back from Buc-ee's.
I want one of those little non-disposable, reusable bags. That was a lot. I want one of those reusable bags you have.
Yes. I love that bag. It was the last pink one.
Mine doesn't need to be pink. I prefer tie-dye.
Okay, I'll look for a tie-dye one.
Or any.
Buc-ee's is like heaven. Yeah. They've got beef jerky. They've got slushies. They have these homemade chips, like the kettle chips.
Oh my God, I love them.
They were literally bringing them out of like the fryer, wherever they make them. Mm-hmm. They were steaming hot when we got them. Oh, Yum. My God. We had some good food in Tennessee, man. Y'all know how to eat.
They do. They got them biscuits.
Yeah, everything was good.
Seasons Pizza has homemade chips.
Do they? Are they good?
Yeah, they're very good.
Well, I'm going to bring you back some from Buc-ee's.
Spack? You're going to bring me spack some?
I'm going to bring you spack some. I'm going to bring you back some chips from Buc-ee's.
I am here for it. Thank you.
Because you're going to be watching my dog, so.
Oh, that's fair.
That's I'm going to bring you a bunch of Buc-ee's stuff.
You don't.
I even have Bucky Charms on my.
I know.
It's on. I love it. Me Bucky Charms. I got a Dolly tumbler. It's kind of like a Stanley Cup, and I put Bucky Charms on it.
They
It's
should
so
make
cute.
some kind of a cereal, a Bucky's.
Bucky
They
Charms.
should do a collaboration with Lucky Charms and call it Bucky Charms.
They should.
They
absolutely should.
Kellogg's, hit us up. Or General Mills. Who does Lucky Charms? General Mills.
If you don't, you're dumb.
Taste the rainbow. That's Skittles. Never mind. Oh, my hair clip hit my mic. Should we get started into today's case?
Sure, why not?
Guess what?
What?
I'm back, baby. It's not going to be a shorty episode. Or it might be. I don't know.
Well, I'll be damned.
It's not handwritten.
I'll be damned.
But it is a mess of a case.
Well, I'll be damned.
Guess what? You can say it one more time.
The coffee's kicking in.
You know why? I wrote a 2-parter.
Well, I'll be damned.
Hopefully you're not. But
nah, I'm good. I'm excited. This is your first 2-parter, you know?
This is my first 2-parter.
What is this like? We've done like 80-something episodes, and this is your first 2-parter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my little baby's growing up. She's out of her diapers.
No, I'm not.
She's really not.
I've moved on to the pull-ups, though. So today's case is a solid mess.
Great.
Let me
like my life. No, I'm just kidding.
Like everything right now. Period. The end.
Yeah.
But seriously, the twist and turns in this case is like crazy. There's a local tie-in.
Really?
Sort of local.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. I'm trying this a different way, so you guys can tell me if you like it or not.
I hate it.
Thanks.
I'm just kidding.
We're going to go through the story, okay? I'm really going to just tell you about the people and up through what happens.
So you're laying the groundwork.
I'm laying the groundwork.
The first episode's always the groundwork. Yep.
And then next week, there's going to be a lot of voice clips. There's going to be all kinds of shit.
Oh, cool.
It's going to be like balls to the wall.
Sweet.
So enjoy, and I'm going to dive in. Dalia Mohammed was born in New York on October 18th, 1982. Dalia's family was very religious.
Okay.
Her father was Egyptian, and her mother was Peruvian. So, I mean, you know right there she's freaking beautiful, right?
Yes.
Gorgeous.
Yep.
I couldn't find a ton on Dalia's early childhood other than she was the oldest of 3, and her family chose to move to Boynton. How did we decide to say that?
Boynton?
Boynton?
I think it's Boynton.
Boynton, Florida. Boynton. You're welcome.
Boynton. Mm-hmm.
When she was 13 years old. So that choice was just that, a choice.
I've only been to Florida once, and it was when I was a kid, and I just remember the water was warm. There was seaweed everywhere. We literally got out and had seaweed wrapped around our ankles.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we left the beach, the pavement was so hot that the bottoms of our feet burnt off.
You didn't have shoes?
We're peeling.
Ooh.
I don't know. Listen, I was like 10. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I just remember it was ungodly hot.
Yes,
like
Florida gets ungodly
stifling, hot. Disgusting. It wasn't enjoyable type hot.
Yes. I mean, honestly, I have a lot of family in Florida, and I love them all very dearly. And there's a lot of good in Florida too, but it seems like the rest of the U.S. and probably the world only hears like all these crazy ass stories that come out of Florida with the alligators and the crazy criminals and the stuff.
I'm okay living with alligators though. I love alligators.
Same.
Just leave them alone. You'll be fine.
Exactly. And don't have a small dog that you just let roam around the swamp.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? Or a small child.
Yeah.
Or an elderly person.
Or just maybe don't run around them. I don't know.
Don't run around the alligators. Leave them the fuck alone. Or just feed them chicken. Man, I am digressing already. Anywho, once they moved to Florida, Dalia's mother worked in insurance and her father worked in a restaurant. Apparently they were doing pretty good for themselves though, because they lived in a gated community.
Nice.
And the children went to a Catholic school that I believe was private. At age 17, Dalia found out that her father had cheated on her mother.
Ugh.
And they were getting a divorce. And Dalia, understandably, was very upset and began a severe downward spiral. She packed a few things and hopped on a plane and headed to New York. How she got on a plane, I don't fucking know, but she did it at age 17.
Wow.
Yeah.
Times is different.
Her parents reported her as a runaway and suggested where she may be going. And almost immediately, Dalia was found after landing at the JFK airport. The cops immediately sent her back to Boynton, Florida. Did I say that right? Boynton?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh darn it. Boynton, Florida. We're going to fast forward now to 2002. Dalia is around 20 at this point and living on her own in Boynton Beach, Florida. I'm not sure where she got them from, but Dalia was out there stealing people's checks and bank information.
So we're off to a great start.
Amazing start, age 20. She was apparently a super dumb criminal, though, because she got caught quick and was charged with being a part of a fraud scheme.
So if you're part of a scheme, you weren't acting alone, right?
Scheme, you mean?
Scheme.
I don't know. I just wanted to say the word scheme.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if she was working together with someone else or not, but I'm assuming she was because she dumb. She entered a plea deal, and because that was her first arrest, she was given just a short probation and was let go.
Okay.
Dalia seemingly never really recovered, though, from her spiral or the arrest. She did her best to just survive and found her calling as a realtor and in the professional escorting industry, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Dalia thrived in the escort industry. She was quick to build her own team of her own girls.
Oh, wow.
And provided what was called, and I think it still may be called this, the girlfriend experience.
Oh.
I didn't know what this was, so I'm going to tell you what it was or what it is, just in case.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for anyone out there who's like me and has no idea, the girlfriend experience is when a man hires an escort for company, companionship, or as a date for like a work event, a personal event, on a vacation type thing.
Yeah, it's like a companion.
Yeah. The girl will essentially be the man's girlfriend for the amount of time agreed upon. It does not guarantee sexy time, but will often involve some sort of cuddling.
Okay. I mean, get that money.
Yeah.
If it's a consensual business transaction, okay.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Right? The cuddling and closeness sometimes may lead to brown chicken brown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I hope that the rate increases then.
I mean, I don't know how that works.
Okay.
But I don't know. Dalia even got herself a real boyfriend during this time. His name was Mike Stanley. I'm going to ask that you remember that name. Mike Stanley.
Okay.
He won't come up again until next week, though.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay.
They dated for a while, but the life of dating a call girl probably got a little bit too much for him because they did break up.
Oh, so he knew
Yeah.
that she was a call girl. Okay. Well, at least she was honest about it.
Yeah. She didn't hide it.
Okay.
Dalia continued to run her team of girls and she sold houses pretty much until late 2008 when she met a man, a married man, mind you.
Uh-oh.
It was like a real life Pretty Woman scenario. And this man's name was Michael Dippolito.
See, this is interesting because as a child, her family was broken apart because of her father cheating. But then she decided to get involved with a married man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dum-dum. I told you, she's a dum-dum. But so is Michael. God bless him. He's not the sharpest tool in the shed either.
Great.
I say that a couple times in here as well. So Michael was born on December 18th, 1970. Here's the local tie-in. He's from Philly.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. So his parents were reportedly drug addicts. So Michael was primarily raised by his grandparents, who were allegedly alcoholics. Michael, like his parents, found himself struggling with addictions as well as the law at a very early age. His first day at rehab was at the age of 15, but Michael was able to remain sober after this stay for several years.
Okay.
He did have a relapse in his early 20s, but after his relapse, he decided he needed a new beginning. And in 1997, Michael moved to Florida.
Florida.
Boynton Beach. Did I say it right?
Yes. I believe so.
Boynton Beach, Florida.
That's how Google told us to say it.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine. Once in Florida, Michael landed a job working with family. This family, however, was involved in organized crime. Yay!
Oh, no.
So they brought on Michael for a scamming ring.
Great.
Here they would solicit people by phone to buy investments that were a guaranteed return on your money.
Okay.
Return on investment,
Yeah.
if you will. The feds knew about this ring and raided it several times, but the group was always one step ahead.
Oh, wow.
I know. Everyone would move out and into different call centers, and they would just keep going.
Interesting.
I know. They made a ton of money, and he also began dating at this time, and she was an absolutely lovely, beautiful girl named Maria. Although Michael was not the sharpest tool in the shed, I know I already said that, he was fun, relatable, and seemed trustworthy. Basically, he was a born salesman. You know those people that just have charisma?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them. He's a dum-dum with charisma. With his family's blessing, Michael decided to create his own financial fraud company, which he named...
With his family's blessing.
Yeah.
Sorry, just the way he casually threw that in there. With his family's blessing, he decided to become a career criminal.
You know, the end, period. He named his company MAD, M-A-D, all capital. I'm assuming Michael, whatever his middle name is, and then Dippolito.
Yeah.
Financial Incorporated.
Michael Anthony, maybe? It sounds like a Philly name.
It does.
Doesn't it?
Oh, now yeah, we're going to have to look up his middle name.
I bet it's Anthony.
Can you look it up?
Hold on.
There's no public record of a middle name or initial for Michael Dippolito.
It's Anthony. Okay, so we have officially designated his middle name to be Anthony.
Sure.
Thank you and goodbye.
Yep. If it's not, fuck it. It's Anthony.
It is now.
So his company, Mad Financial Incorporated, was pretty successful and ended up with 2 different branches. Similar to what he was doing previously, Michael would call people on the phone, convince them to wire him money. Oftentimes, it was around the amount of $20,000 a pop.
Wow.
For a guaranteed return on investment. Michael's basically rolling in the dough at this point. There were no investments. He was just spending it, living the good life, buying shit, all the stuff. And we already know he has an addictive personality, right?
Yeah.
But he was able to stay clean. He's going to AA. He's doing all that. He's laying off the drugs. But his new habit is now phone sex and sexy chat rooms.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this was the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I mean, that shit was expensive back then,
It
too.
really was. It
Yeah.
was like pay per minute.
One of my sources said he would spend up to $6,000 on pay-by-the-minute calls and chats.
Oh
He
my
would
God.
Also, I know. He would also spoil Maria, and she, from what I understood, had no clue about the calls he was making, or she just didn't care. I don't know. So with all the money that he was spending, the feds, of course, caught on to him and his company, and he was shut down in 2001 when he was arrested for telemarketing without a license.
Sorry.
Of course, his money was frozen, so his amazing girlfriend Maria sold her car to help him pay for his defense.
Oh, no.
I know, God
I hate
bless
that for her.
In early 2002, Michael was convicted of the same unlicensed telemarketing,
Come on.
plus organized fraud, and somehow grand theft. Well, I guess grand theft is over a certain amount.
Yeah.
Yep. So Michael had to pay well over $200,000 in restitutions,
Holy shit.
was sentenced to 2 years in prison, including time served, followed by 28 years of probation.
28 years of probation?
28 years of probation.
That's an entire lifetime.
I know.
Holy shit. Like, I'm not saying he didn't deserve it, but that's a long time.
I know. So, and I'll get to this a little bit later. I think there was a stipulation in here where once he paid off the restitutions, and I also think in here I call it retributions. So stop me when I say that. When he pays off the restitutions, his probation like lowers or is annulled.
Okay, gotcha.
Michael ultimately ended up serving 7 months because, again, time served. And it actually did him really good. He hated it. He hated it in jail. He did not want to go back.
Most people do.
Yep. While he was in jail, he started a routine of getting up early, working out, and taking care of himself. He took courses and he got his GED.
Okay, well, good for him. I mean,
Yeah.
what he did was really shitty, but you also have to remember he was brought up in not a great way.
Right.
And he was brought up around crime, so it's kind of all he knew.
Well, yeah, that's...
So, I'm all about people cleaning up and getting their lives together in prison. So, that's good.
Yeah.
Good for him. Okay.
I agree. So once Michael was released, he made sure to join and stay in treatment programs to stay sober.
Good.
He kept up with his newest addiction to fitness.
Okay.
And even started an actual legit marketing company. And this was like at the beginning of the internet. So he was like an internet marketing thing. And guess what he named it though?
Not Mad.
Mad Media Incorporated. MAD, Michael Anthony Dippolito.
Yeah.
Mad Media.
Okay, I'm really rooting for this guy. Don't let me down. Okay, I'm rooting for you, Michael
already
Anthony.
told you he's not the sharpest tool in the shed, though.
No,
God bless him.
Oh, fuck.
I know. I mean, during this entire time, though, his girlfriend Maria stood by his side. She saw the good in him and was a huge part of him really trying to better himself.
Aww.
He realized what he had there in a woman and put a ring on it as soon as he could. Michael and Maria were together for about 9 years, and they finally got married in 2007.
Okay.
The couple continued their marriage and love until Maria had to leave town for a week for work in October 2008. Michael was working late the week of Maria being away, and one of his employees showed him a website for lonely men called os.com. I've never heard of this.
Yeah, it's great to show a married man a lonely man's website.
Quality employees.
Yeah.
Although he hadn't succumbed to his previous addictions in a very long time, Michael was pretty lonely and figured it wouldn't be a bad thing to have some company for the evening.
He was lonely because she left for a couple days?
A week, yeah.
Oh, wow. I feel so sad for him. So crazy.
With that, he found a girl on the site and called her. Her name? Dalia Muhammad.
Uh-oh. Spadudios.
So Dalia answered immediately, and after going back and forth on where to meet, she ended up just going to Michael's house. Certainly a safe choice. Michael said when he opened the door for Dalia, she was so beautiful, he lost his breath.
Yeah, you know who else you should lose your breath for because they're so beautiful?
Your wife.
Fucking wife.
Yeah. Don't get me
Michael
started.
Anthony.
Yeah, you piece of shit.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
Were we?
I mean,
I was.
I kind of was.
I was.
But fuck you, Michael Anthony.
Yeah,
fuck you.
If that's even your name.
It is now.
Yeah, you dick. Anyhow, Dalia seemed a little...
Sorry, the coffee kicked in.
Woo! Dibs. You owe me a Coke fucking slushie. How about that?
Ah, came full circle.
So anyhow, Dalia seemed jumpy. Like she was still fair...
I'm sorry. You say she seemed jumpy?
Jumpy.
Okay.
Like skittish, like a scared little turd cat.
Okay.
We can just take a break and take a sip of coffee.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Continue. Oh, all right. Well,
I'm out of my coffee.
Well,
do
you need some more? I have an espresso.
Thank you so much for the Nespresso.
Would you like one?
No.
I can make you an espresso.
No, because then I'll be like you and we will get nothing done.
All right. Continue.
Okay. Sorry. So anywho, Dalia seemed a little bit like jumpy. Like she was still fairly new at these types of meetings.
Okay.
And they ended up just sitting on the couch and talking for hours before ultimately hooking up that evening, of course.
Right.
And just like that, Michael was in love.
Jesus Christ.
Michael called Dalia the next day to see if she would like to go out on a proper date. She couldn't because she was doing shit that day, but they made plans for the following day. They continued to see each other throughout the week. And when Maria returned home from her work trip, Michael told her he had met someone else and was leaving.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's only 2008. Maria and Michael have only been married for like a year, but it did not stop him. He filed for divorce.
Oh my God. After everything she did for him.
Yeah. So
what a piece of shit.
Listen, I know we were rooting for him, but now I'm like,
Now I'm not.
Well, karma. That's all I'm going to say. Karma's a bitch.
It really is. Karma will fucking find you.
At some point.
Sometimes it takes a while.
Yeah.
But it fucking finds you.
Girl.
Yeah.
Yes. Michael and Dalia moved in together and were super happy. Of course they were. They went to the gym together, they partied together, and seemed to really enjoy each other's time and company. Michael also really appreciated that Dalia had her own money from being a realtor / call girl. He knew because that's how he met her. They did their best to travel together, but it was often tough because Michael would have to call his parole officer to get permission and say it was for work, the usual. And that was pretty much the only thing that really bothered Dalia about Michael. So Michael and Maria's divorce was finalized in February 2009. The same week as the divorce, Michael purchased a townhouse in, here we go, Boynton Beach, Florida. Did I say it? I don't care at this point. Dalia, of course, was his realtor. And then they got married. The same week his divorce was finalized, he got married to Dalia.
Wow. Good thing he took his time. And,
I hate people.
His poor ex-wife. I feel so sorry for her, and I hope that she is out there thriving now.
You know what? She has to be.
You know what? I'm sure she is because karma.
So there were some interviews, and she actually said, she has nothing bad to say about Michael. He got himself into some shit, but he was always kind to her. He was always nice. He sounds like he's a kind, loving, good-hearted person that is just fucking stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's easily manipulated and stupid, it sounds like.
Okay.
So she doesn't hate him. She doesn't have any hatred for him. She's just well, dodged a bullet, I guess.
Whew.
Sure
did. But you know what? The universe has a very uncanny way of removing you from situations that are not for you.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, you may think that it's the end of your life.
Yep, everything's crashing down.
Yes. But things need to fall apart sometimes to come back together.
Exactly.
Words of wisdom.
You gotta fall down to rock bottom to climb back up.
Yeah. So, this was the universe doing her a solid and saying, honey,
you're too good. Too good.
We have more for you.
Yes. And I really hope that she is getting more, and
I hope
even more than she deserves.
Me too. I hope she is fucking thriving.
So it is said that Michael was very happy with Dalia, but a lot of his friends didn't like her. And Dalia...
Can't imagine why.
I know. Dalia was very happy with Michael, but her family wasn't thrilled with him.
Can't imagine why.
Ex-con and all that stuff. They both just chalked it up to everyone being jealous.
Of course.
Now that they were married, Dalia decided to try to help Michael pay his restitutions so that he could finally move forward. I know. Well, she offered, and she presented him with a plan. She said, "Listen, I have 91,000. Yeah, I have 91,000 saved up."
Damn.
And Michael had actually saved up even more than that in cash in his security deposit box from his previous illegal job.
Oh.
And Dalia said, "I'll give you the 91 grand towards your restitution. And then to make up the rest of it, you give me small increments, 10,000 or less, weekly or bi-weekly, and I will put it with the 91,000 until it grows to be the amount that you owe," which at this point was a little over 200, I think. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So they did it. It was an awesome idea. They were quick to get the money together. And then once Dalia had the money, she wired it to the lawyer.
Okay.
Conveniently, the lawyer never received it.
What?
Yeah.
Where did the money go?
I don't know. Michael trusted his wife. He trusted his lawyer. And they were all convinced that this had to be some sort of a mix-up.
Whoa. Wait. The money just disappeared? Do we know what happens to it?
Oh, we'll find out.
What the fuck?
Next week.
Oh, boy.
Just kidding.
That's a lot of money to just go MIA.
Yeah, it was like 200 grand.
That's an entire house.
Yeah, I know. But they were determined to sort it out. So Dalia and the lawyer began retracing steps on both sides. They checked the paperwork, and Dalia actually found out that the wire had been reversed. So she had it rewired.
What?
Yeah. To add stress to the newlyweds, Michael's probation officer showed up to his home with a warrant stating that someone had called in a tip that he was using and selling drugs from his home.
Spadudios.
Spadudios. He insisted he was absolutely not and offered for the officer to come check his whole house as well as give him a drug test. And the officer did. He went through the whole house. He found nothing. And Dalia saw how stressed out her husband was and figured, hey, I'm going to take you away for the night. Let's just get away and forget all this crap's going on. So she booked a room, a staycation, if you will, at the local Ritz-Carlton. $1,200 a night.
What? I'm sorry. Can we figure out what the fuck happened to your $200,000 before we spend like more fucking money on other frivolous shit?
She's trying to get it rewired back. So she's already talked to the bank and that's in the process.
Okay, right? So at least they found the money. They know where it is.
She knows where it is. Oh. She's rewiring the money. She sent it overseas. She wired it through a Grand Cayman account or something like that. So the next day, Michael did his usual routine. He got up at the ass crack of dawn, went to the gym, went back to the room. Dalia at that point had everything packed. They went to valet. They gave them their ticket. And their car was brought up. It was an SUV. And all of a sudden, they were approached by a few police officers who were just hanging out in the lobby. They said someone had reported that very car for having drugs in it.
Spadudios.
And they had a warrant to search it.
Oh, no.
I know. Cringe. At this point, Michael and Delilah. Love someone tonight.
Does everyone know who Delilah is?
No one knows
just
who.
East Coast.
It's us East Coast 80s babies.
Okay, so Delilah was
a radio host.
She was a radio host, but she did like this show where people would call in and they would tell her their life stories and like sob stories. They would be like, my boyfriend left me and I'm so sad. And she'd be like, oh, honey, I'm going to play you a song that's going to make everything better. And then it would be like, two hearts that beat as one. I need you. I'm totally kidding with that. I had to.
I just found a Delilah montage. I'm going to play a little bit and see if it keys in.
Does she talk in this one? Okay.
What are you doing?
I don't know, Delilah. What are you doing? No.
Maybe you're a little tired.
Always.
Yeah.
Maybe you were up way too late last night.
I can't sleep because I'm perimenopausal.
Same.
Well, we are here to keep you company.
Oh, thank God, Delilah.
Whisper in your ear.
Oh, yes. Oh, give me the chills.
Speak to your heart.
Yes, Delilah.
Don't break it, though.
Yes, Delilah.
Here it is.
Man, that brought me back.
I know.
My girlfriend.
What's your honey's name?
Her name's Andrea.
What do you want to tell your sweetie pie?
That I love her.
I want to tell her I love her, and
I hope that wire comes back soon.
And what song will do just that?
Two hearts that beat as one.
I was going through a rough time.
I need you.
Oh, I didn't do my part. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
She helped me see it through.
I was listening to this
So
guy.
how old are you?
23.
So
Oh.
you're still very young.
Yes, ma'am. She's 18.
Oh, she's...
Whoa.
You have a very mature voice, Josh.
Mature.
You sound older than your age.
Don't, Delilah. Let's not hit on him.
I thought he was 23, not 20.
You have a great voice.
Delilah.
She's
It's
flirting.
a lot of work for a little bit of pay for most people, so I wouldn't suggest it, but it's a whole lot of fun.
She says, but me, on the other hand, I make a ton.
I'd love to have your job.
Well,
Don't
you're gonna
know.
have to fight for my job, baby. You're going to have to get fired like 20, 30 times. I got fired 11 times before I reached here.
Times.
So,
But it's worth it.
it
Here
is
comes the
worth
song
it,
she's picking.
and I would do
Let's
this
see
is
what
a
it
great
is.
song. It's a fucking banger.
song for you.
Okay, thank you.
Let me play a song for ya.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh. no, fuck this one. Play the
They
other one.
cut that right off.
On
All
each
right.
side, we open up the phone
Okay, you
lines
guys get
to
it.
take
Yeah.
God, people
All
hate
right,
us.
we digress so fucking hard. I apologize.
Jeez Louise. I don't even know where I was at. I
Yeah, I
got
don't
distracted by
either.
Delilah.
So, you were talking about Dalia, and you said Delilah by mistake.
Mhm.
That's the last thing I remember.
Yeah. So we already covered this, but I'm just going to start here. They stated that someone had reported the car that they were driving
Had
for
drugs
having
in it.
drugs in it, and they had a warrant to search it. At this point, Michael and Dalia, not Delilah,
Hashtag
Dalia.
Delilah.
love you. They knew something was up, right? So Michael talked to the cops and allowed them to search the car while Dalia called. God, I want to see Delilah so bad.
I know. I can see it in your face. You're struggling.
Well, Dalia called Michael's lawyer to make sure he knew what was happening.
His lawyer's probably like, God damn it.
Listen,
He's keeping his lawyer in business.
I'm telling you. Luckily, no drugs were found in the car and they were free to go.
Who keeps calling this in?
You'll find out. Stop
Oh.
asking so many questions.
I'm very inquisitive.
I
I'm sorry.
know. God. Michael was so upset that Dalia drove his car home. During the ride home, the two were talking and really trying to figure out who the fuck is doing this.
Yeah, for real.
Right? Dalia said, maybe it's Maria. Maybe it's your ex-wife.
Don't be putting that shit on her.
And Michael said, maybe it's somebody from, my family's company, the old company I worked for. Maybe it's somebody I was in probation with. Like, I don't know. Ultimately, neither of them could put their finger on exactly who would want Michael back in jail.
But it's obviously someone who knows his movements, because why would they know that they were at that car at that time? Like, right?
Correct. Yep. Why are you so smart? Anyhow, as far as Michael could think of, he really hadn't crossed anyone. He even took Dalia's suggestion and called Maria and asked her and told her what was going on and asked her point blank, are you doing this? And they had a conversation, and by the end, he was confident that Maria had nothing to do with it. Spoiler alert, she didn't.
Yeah.
Because I don't even want people to, because she's a sweet little angel baby.
You all leave Maria alone.
Yeah.
Saint Maria.
So a few days later, Michael was on his way to an AA meeting and his gas light came on. Feeling that rush of anxiety that we all feel when we see that, Michael pulled into the nearest gas station, swiped his card, opened the tiny door to the gas cap, and when he opened that little door, he was shocked. You know why? There were 2 little tiny bags of drugs in there.
Someone put drugs in his gas tank?
His
Like
not
in
the gas
in
tank, but the
cap
little
part?
yeah. You know the door, and then you got to unscrew the gas in that little door. I
Oh,
read.
no.
I know. One of my sources said it was cocaine. Different sources said different things. So I'm just going to say it was illegal drugs. 2 little baggies.
Yeah.
What would you have done if you found this? If all
After
of
I
this
snorted it or before I snorted it? I'm just kidding.
take that out. No. Like seriously, like if you were Michael in this moment, what would you do?
If I had the cops on my dick about drugs and I knew that I wasn't doing anything with drugs, and I don't know, because originally I thought I would just throw them away. Okay, it didn't happen. I didn't fucking see it. But then it's like, should I call the cops and just be like, hey, heads up, like people are calling and reporting that I am dealing drugs or doing drugs or whatever, and now I find this shit. Maybe they could run it for fingerprints off the baggie. I don't know.
I don't know. I know it's like a 50-50. It's tough, right?
I honestly could not even tell you what I would do.
Yeah.
I don't know. My first instinct would be to just leave it on the fucking ground.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I mean, I personally
throw it out.
would have called the cops.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, you don't know if they're going to be like, yeah, okay, it's you. Let's arrest you right now.
That's the gamble that you take.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I honestly,
Tough question, right?
that's a very tough question.
Here's the thing. We need y'all to start commenting so we get more views, because we love you. We want to know, what would you have done in this situation? Can you please comment and tell us?
Yeah, we have a lot of listeners, but not a lot of social interaction.
Yeah.
But you know what, though? In their defense, I haven't been on Facebook in a really long time.
Same. Actually, I've been doing good. I've been answering every now and then.
Yeah, you have been. I just like, I think the older I get, the less interested in social media I am. So, and there's podcasts that I listen to, and I have never once engaged with any of their.
And now you
social
feel a little
media.
bit bad, right? Now you're like, shit,
No,
maybe I
because
should.
those people are like very, very, very popular, and they
Fair.
have like thousands of people commenting on everything. So no, I don't feel bad.
Yeah, that's all right.
Anyway, I digress.
Let's get back into the story. I'm so sorry. But yeah, what would you do? Period. So Michael decided his best chain of action, is that the right way to say that?
Yeah, you can say it like that.
Michael's best action in this moment was to just throw them in the trash.
Okay.
So he threw the drugs in the trash and continued on to his AA meeting.
Oh, you know what I just thought of? If someone's trying to frame him, they could have been following him around and saw him dump the baggies in the trash can and then call the cops and say that they saw him dump drugs in the trash.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That didn't happen, but
Continue. But that's something to think about, right?
Yep. So Michael realized at this point that someone was clearly trying to frame him if he didn't figure that out before. Right. A few weeks later, guess what happened?
More drugs somewhere else?
Dalia and Michael were walking out to their car from a night out, and their car was, again, surrounded by police.
Oh my God. So this is the third time that he's being raided for drugs, pretty much.
Yep.
Jesus.
So the police received another anonymous tip, and this time they had brought along their drug sniffing dog.
Uh-oh. Oh, I don't like this.
Just like before, Michael allowed the cops to do whatever they needed to do. He's like, listen, I'm in AA. I am clean. I don't do this. Do whatever you need to do. This has been happening a lot. And he told them the story. So they searched most of the SUV with no sign of anything until the sweet little pupper-dups caught a whiff of that white pony.
Uh-oh.
That's right. The drug-sniffing dog alerted to something around the spare tire. So at this point, the police knew something was going on with Michael.
Yeah.
They kept getting these tips and coming up short every time. This time, though, they gave Michael a chance to explain why their dog was alerting in the area he was. And Michael claimed he genuinely had no idea.
Ugh.
So, Michael did not even know how to get into his spare tire in his car. So the police removed the tire, and inside or around it, my sources vary, the officers found a little bit of drugs.
Great.
Michael basically fell to his knees when he saw this and started crying. And in between sobs and his mental breakdown, because he was having one, he was able to talk to officers and have them call in for the proof of this happening prior. He was also able to convince them that the drugs were not his. And the officers believed him.
Okay.
The person that called in to report the drugs had stated that there would be a large amount, like enough to sell. And the amount there was barely enough for one person.
Can't they trace where these calls are coming from? It's the fucking police.
I imagine that they could, but I think they were coming from different people and payphones and stuff like that. I don't think they were. I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, to the cops, Michael's reaction seemed 100% authentic.
Okay.
These were clearly not his drugs, and they chose to remove them and let him and Dalia go.
Oh, wow.
Dalia again called Michael's lawyer to report this happening again.
Jesus.
She wanted to make sure he knew everything that was going on because this was getting way too much.
What if it's the lawyer planning them to make more money? I'm just kidding. That would be like a TV show.
I know, right?
My brain works like in the most fucked up ways.
So Michael was so upset again that Dalia drove home, and he had been working so hard to stay clean and live a better life. He again was rattling his brain to try to figure out who the fuck is doing this.
Yeah.
All of a sudden he was like, oh my God, it's Dalia.
Wow, that's a pretty severe conclusion to jump to.
Yeah.
Was there a reason that he thought that? Or
No, but he flat out told her in the car while she was driving. He's like, listen, I can't think of anybody else, but I feel like it's you. I mean, he feels guilty even thinking this, but Dalia got so upset hearing it that she floored it. she began to have her own mental breakdown at this point. I mean, to be
that's
fair, they're
great.
both going through it, right?
Yeah.
Michael was like, one report says she was going over 190 miles an hour.
190? What
Yeah.
the fuck kind of car were they in?
I don't know. I don't know if that's true. That's just what I read somewhere.
Damn.
Michael somehow was able to calm her down and make sure that she knew that he trusted her. He was just spitting out different ideas, right?
I'm just going to take, sorry to interrupt you, but I'm going to take a moment to all of our listeners, don't ever start an argument with somebody in a car.
No. Ever.
Especially when you're not driving.
Yes, especially you
It's
younger
very
people.
fucking dangerous. Don't do that. Anyway, I'm sorry.
don't drive
I just wanted to
upset.
throw that PSA in there
No, that's a great PSA.
because you never know how someone's going to react and if they're going to floor it to 190 miles an hour and almost kill you.
Yeah.
So
Who knows?
anyway.
I don't know. But they went to bed that night, started their next day, of course, full of love. So much love that Dalia finally found it the right time to tell Michael that she is pregnant.
Oh no.
I know. So with all the shit going on in their lives,
The baby will fix it.
yeah, you know. But they did finally have something positive to really grab a hold of.
Yeah.
So they went to breakfast. After breakfast, they went out and bought baby books, prenatal vitamins, the whole first parent starter kit, if you will.
Is she still escorting at this point?
No.
Okay. So she's given that up and she's just doing her realtor thing.
I mean, supposedly.
Supposedly. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
But yeah, they seemed like they were more in love than ever.
Okay.
So over the next few months, everything was pretty normal. Michael would go to the gym every morning. Dalia would go as well, but not as much as she did before she was pregnant.
Right.
She went to her doctor's appointments and everything was moving along. Michael even decided to have lipo done on his love handles to make sure he looked perfect for his wife.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, you heard it. He had lipo done on his love handles.
Oh, okay.
She was a perfect little nurse for him too.
Okay.
He ended up having a terrible reaction, either to the food he was eating or the medications, and ended up with like sores in his mouth
Ew.
and major gastric upset.
Oh no.
My man was sharding for a solid few days. Well, I guess it wasn't solid, but yeah.
Touche.
Did not mean that joke, but hey, I'll take it.
If the shoe fits.
Listen.
Wow.
Eventually, Michael recovered though, and they kept on moving forward again, more in love each day.
Yeah.
You all
seems
right over
great.
there? You
Yeah,
good?
sorry, I was eating a munchkin.
And she almost fell out her damn chair.
I did.
They had a few down moments trying to come up with the money to pay for Michael's restitutions again and had a change in lawyers. But all in all, they were thriving and the run-ins with the law had finally seemed to slow down. That was until August 5th,
Uh-oh.
2009. August 5th, 2009 started out like any other warm, sunny day in Florida, so it was probably 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Michael stuck to his routine, getting up ass early, going to the gym, running errands, etc., etc., etc. Dalia got up still pretty early, and she went to the gym, but it was a little bit after Michael had already left
And she's still pregnant at
the
this
gym.
point?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's probably why she's sleeping in.
Yeah.
So while Dalia was doing a light workout, she had missed a call.
Okay.
They left a voicemail. She listened to it, and it was, I want to say, the local sheriff or somebody from the police department, basically saying, hey, it's an emergency. I need you to call me back ASAP.
Uh-oh.
So she called him back, and he said, hey, there's been an issue at your home. We need you to come home right now. And she said,
That's never good.
no. She said, well, what do you mean? Like,
It's an issue.
and
What do you
he's
mean?
like, well, there's an issue with your husband. And she said, is he okay? And he said, we just need you to come home right now. So she left the gym. And when Dalia pulled up to the street, she was hit with bright flashing lights, sirens, and police tape surrounding their home. Of course, she ran up as close as she could, but was stopped by an officer. Once they figured out who she was, they advised her that unfortunately her husband, Michael, had been shot in what looked like a robbery gone wrong. Dalia was shocked and began crying immediately. She asked several times if she could see her husband, but the officer told her that that was a terrible idea, and no one was allowed to enter the crime scene.
Oh.
He told Dalia that since She is the spouse. They need her to come to the station to answer a few questions. And of course, Dalia was more than happy to go.
Yeah.
She got in the police cruiser and headed to the police station where she would be questioned. She, honestly, in my mind, she was probably pretty grateful to be in the presence of police, though, since no one knew who was after them.
Yeah.
This is where I'm going to stop. So make sure you listen next week to find out who killed Michael Dippolito, why they did it, and what happens to Dalia.
Oh, so he didn't just get shot. He got shot and killed.
You'll find out next week.
Oh.
More about this story.
Oh, okay.
Get ready.
All
It's
right.
a whirlwind, honestly, that we haven't even...
Scratch the surface.
No.
Well, I'm excited to listen because I am not familiar with this case.
Okay. Well, I think, honestly, once you hear a little bit more, you're going to be like, oh, it's this story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm not going to do any research on it or look because I want to.
Yeah, don't.
I want to be surprised.
Yeah, you guys out there, don't do any research on it. I worked really hard on this. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you and goodbye.
Just kidding. Don't leave us yet. Next week, I'm going to have, I already said this, clips of the killer speaking.
Ooh.
I'm going to have clips of probably the TV show Cops, because you know how they filmed in Florida. So there's clips from this on there.
On Cops?
Cops.
The actual show Cops.
Mm-hmm. And you know what's a fun other little tidbit?
What?
Next week, there's going to be a tie-in to Chili's.
Oh.
Chips and salsa action, you know what I'm saying?
Well, in honor of that, we should get Chili's for lunch.
Okay, let's go. I'm
Next
done.
week.
Yeah.
Because
Or-
I've
or
eaten
now.
like 15 munchkins at
It's
this
okay.
point.
There's always room for chips and salsa. You just fill in the cracks.
Just fill in the cracks.
Yeah. I mean, that is all I have. I hope that was at least I hope I did okay in
You did.
kind of prefacing the story, but next week is going to be like, holy shit, balls to the wall, hold on to your butts.
Oh, I'm excited. Hold
Yes,
on to your
queen.
butts.
That's all I got. So
Good
hopefully,
job.
thanks. We will see you next Tuesday.
Don't be one.
Bye. Love you.
Bye.